Everyone, welcome to the Coding Zoo. If this is the first time you've joined us, my name is Shane. This is our Coding Zoo JavaScript Building Blocks series. In this lesson, we are going to cover how a variable can be undefined or set to null. If you haven't checked it out yet, don't forget to check out thecodingzoo.com, our website. With each lesson, we usually have study notes and sometimes quiz programs to go along with the lesson. I would encourage you or your child to study the notes and take the practice quiz so the facts kind of stick longer in your head. I also encourage you to code as we code. If you need to stop the video, do that. The more hands-on you are, the longer you will retain the information, the easier it will be to learn. Ready to learn some JavaScript? Let's get started. Okay, again today we're using the Coding Zoo JavaScript Lesson 1 index file. I've got it open in my browser. Of course, you can use any web page. Probably best to use this one so I have a nice clean white space here. Press Control-Shift-J to go into my development console. We've covered the different variable types, string, numeric, Boolean, object, arrays. A variable also can be what's called undefined. So undefined basically means that a variable, a primitive variable, hasn't been defined yet. It has no value. So let's try this. Var undefined variable. Shift Enter, console, log, undefined variable, semicolon, press Enter to execute these statements. And there you go. So the variable doesn't have any value. It's undefined. That means you haven't touched it yet. That means that nothing in the code has touched it, has initialized it yet. It's undefined. Why is that important? Well, as you get into more coding and in the future lessons, you'll see that we use statements to check a variable's value. And when you check the variable's value, you want to make sure whether it's defined or not defined, whether it's null, or whether it has an actual value. In this case, it's undefined. This is a variable that's undefined. It's never been initialized, never been set. Undefined is an actual type. This variable at this point is a undefined type. Later on, when we get into functions, you'll see that functions can return values. They might have return statements. We'll go over that later. If your function doesn't return anything and that function is set to a variable, then it will be a variable that's undefined. The other type we wanted to cover in this lesson is called null. So let's look at null. Okay, so I'm going to create a variable here. My name equals Shane. Press Shift Enter. Console.log. My name. Shift Enter. My name equals null. I'm changing this variable my name with a type of string to a type of null. Press Shift Enter. Type in console.log my name. So console.log parenthesis my name in parenthesis semicolon. Now I'm going to press Enter instead of Shift Enter. This will execute all 4 of these statements. And there you go. So I had a variable that was set to the string Shane, and now it's null. So think of null as a way of clearing out a variable. So you're programming with variables. You set a variable to a particular value, like Shane, but then later on you want to clear that value so you can be set to something else later. Or you just want to clear that value so that you can tell the program, oh, there is no name. That is the null data type. So undefined is when a variable has not been defined before. Null is when you've had a variable that was once set, but you cleared it out. You set it to null. So that's it. Very simple. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please click subscribe, click the like button, and if you want notifications after you click subscribe, there'll be a bell. Click on the bell, you'll get notifications. If you didn't, hey, let us know why. Let us know how we can improve these videos. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions on null or undefined, or leave me a comment to give input on how we can improve these videos. We want to help you learn how to program in JavaScript. Again, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.